Louis Vuitton and Chanel will hate me if I tell you this, revealing the secret behind big brand. Let's go!
And after looking into a bit, I understand this is a top grain cowhide. There is a corrective finish on top, that's why we call it top grain. That's why I call it mediocre, because you can make this leather using most of the cowhides available in the market.
You just want the same quality, same material, you can just buy from us. Because for our bags, we use exactly the same material, same leather, same hardware, same edge oil. The only difference is one, we don't have the logo, so we don't have to pay so much amount of.
So today we're diving deep into the world of luxury fashion, where the high-end shiny bags and shoes we all love have some seriously dark secrets behind them. I'm talking about the likes of Hermes and Louis Vuitton, the brands that are synonymous with wealth, luxury, and exclusivity. But what if I told you that some of your favorite celebs and influencers might be getting paid to push these brands and spread lies? You heard me. We're not just talking about celebrity endorsements, we're talking about full-on marketing manipulation. You're about to hear about some of the shocking behind-the-scenes stuff involving Hermès, Louis Vuitton, and even celebs that swear by them. So buckle up, because what I'm about to expose is going to change the way you look at these brands forever. Ready, set, let's go. Now, Hermès is one of the most iconic luxury brands in the world. Founded in 1837 by Thierry Hermès in Paris, the brand quickly made its name by offering high-quality leather goods, particularly saddles. Over time, Hermès expanded its offerings to include accessories, ready-to-wear, fragrances, and of course, the iconic Birkin bag, which is arguably the holy grail of luxury fashion. At least let Cardi B tell it. The Birkin's exclusivity, craftsmanship, and let's be real, price tag have made it a symbol of ultimate wealth. But here's the kicker. Hermès didn't get where it is today through quality alone. No, they built an empire by making sure that their items were perceived as unattainable, something you have to earn or wait years for. The exclusivity was key to their strategy, and it's not about the product itself, but the aura that they've created around it. These brands' CEO Axel Dumas once said, "Hermès sells time." And honestly, that's the kind of statement that shows how they sell more than just bags, they sell status. People buy into the idea of timelessness and heritage. It's not just about having the product, it's about showing off that you have something that most people will never even be able to afford or access. But what if that exclusivity isn't all it seems to be? But hold up, wait a minute. What if I told you that some of the luxury bags you're drooling over, like these Barry Birkin bags, might not be made in factories you think they're made in? Y'all, TikTok influencers from China recently started dropping bombshells, saying that a lot of high-end bags, including ones from Hermès and Louis Vuitton, are actually produced in Chinese factories.
Guess where I found all those secret suppliers? All in APIF, Hong Kong.
In fact, some of these very influencers have claimed that the exact same materials and craftsmanship used in the real bags are used in these unbranded versions that are sold for a fraction of the price. I'm talking about $1,400 to make a bag that retails for over $34,000. Depending on the model, and the catch, these factories aren't allowed to put the logos on the bags, which means that they're sold at a much lower price.
So now to sum those up, the total cost will be $1,400 USD for one Birkin out of factory. But why Hermes will charge you $38,000 USD for one bag? That's because more than 90% of the price is paid for its logo. But if you do not care about the logo.
But one viral TikTok video came from a Chinese creator who broke down the cost of making an Hermes Birkin bag, pointing out that over 90% of the price comes from the brand name, not the materials or the craftsmanship. That's right, what you're paying for is the brand, not the actual quality of the item.
This Birkin bag at Hermes boutique will cost you $38,000 USD. But what is the real cost out of the factory? Today, I'm going to break it down in front of you step by step. First thing first, Hermes only use the leathers from the 3 top-level suppliers.
But don't get it twisted, these bags are still very well made. But the fact that they're being made by the same factories that produce lower-cost alternatives should make you start asking questions. Why the huge markup for a stamp? And who's benefiting from this price inflation? Because it ain't you. This trend gained momentum following President Trump's announcement of a 90-day pause on several planned global tariffs, while simultaneously raising levies on Chinese imports to 125%. Chinese factories are taking this opportunity to go global while appealing to China's domestic luxury consumer market, the biggest in the world. But let's talk about the celebrities for a second. You've seen them, right? Celebrities like Kim Kardashian, Cardi B, Victoria Beckham, and Beyonce, they're all flexing their Hermes and Louis Vuitton collections on social media. But what if I told you that these celebrities are being paid to promote these bags and endorse the idea that they're worth this insane price tag? It's no secret that the luxury fashion houses use celebrities to boost their image, but the real question is, how much of this authentic endorsement is really genuine? Are these stars actually loyal to the brands, or are they just getting paid to keep up the illusion? There's been a growing conversation among insiders suggesting that these brands not only pay celebs to rock their items, but also pay them to create narratives around the brand's exclusivity. For example, when Kim Kardashian posts a pic of her with the Birkin, does she really need another one, or is she just doing it for a check? Is she telling you to buy into the lifestyle, even though behind the scenes the process is far more strategic and paid for? According to some sources, celebs are handed bags worth thousands of dollars as part of exclusive brand deals. And let's be real, how many of these influencers and celebs are justifying the price tags by convincing you they're special and exclusive, when in reality it's all just a manufactured narrative? But let's break down some of the celebrities who have been associated with Hermes and Louis Vuitton and explore the speculation around their endorsements. Let's talk about Miss Victoria Beckham. Known for her extensive Hermes collection, Victoria Beckham has been photographed numerous times with rare Birkins. While it's clear she has a personal affinity for the brand, some speculate that her consistent public appearances with these bags serve as paid promotion, or perhaps there's more to the story. Now, Kim Kardashian. Her relationship with luxury brands is well documented. Her appearances with Hermes bags, especially after shopping trips to their Paris store, have fueled discussions about whether these are organic choices or strategic placements. Cardi B's vibrant personality extends to her fashion choices. She's been seen coordinating her outfits with Hermes bags, leading to speculation about potential collaborations or endorsements, even if unofficial. Now, Miss Riri, a fashion icon in her own right, Rihanna's association with Louis Vuitton has been very prominent. Her appearances at LV events and their designs suggest a close relationship, possibly involving endorsement deals. Well, Zendaya's presence at Louis Vuitton's events and her choice of their designs for red carpet appearances have made her a modern muse for the brand. While not officially confirmed, her consistent alignment with LV hints at a deeper partnership. Now, Lisa Blackpink debuted at the 2025 Met Gala in Louis Vuitton with an ensemble that turned heads. As a global ambassador for the brand, her influence in the Asian market is undeniable, and her appearances are likely part of a strategic partnership. Emma Stone back then secured a contract worth up to $10 million to become the face of Louis Vuitton. Such a significant investment by the brand underscores the value they place on celebrity endorsements. Fan Bingbing became the first Asian celebrity ambassador for Louis Vuitton's Chic on the Bridge campaign in 2013. Her involvement marked a significant move to appeal to the Asian luxury market. Song Yaojian, as a member of the Chinese boy band Teens in Times, Song Yaojian was named as Louis Vuitton's brand ambassador in 2022, and his influence among younger demographics in China makes him a valuable asset for the brand's outreach. But let's zoom out a little bit and look at this whole industry as a whole. For years, LVMH, Louis Vuitton Moet Hennessy, and Hermès were considered the two titans of the luxury world. LVMH was the dominant force, but recently, something wild has happened. Hermès has surpassed LVMH in the market value, becoming the most valuable luxury brand in Europe. I mean, this is a shift that is massive. This wasn't just a casual dip in LVMH's earnings, it was a sharp decline in stock value, down to over 7% after the company's first quarter sales missed projections. Meanwhile, Hermès, known for keeping a tight lid on production and resisting the pressures of mass production, continues to thrive. It seems that their limited releases combined with their insistence on flow growth have positioned them as a brand to watch. And let's not forget, this shift in market value signals a change in how the luxury market is evolving. It's no longer just about throwing more products on the market, it's about exclusivity and controlled supply. And that's what makes Hermès different from the other big players in the industry. Now, if you've been thinking, Alright, if Hermes and Louis Vuitton are so exclusive and luxurious, why are people starting to look for alternatives? Well, here's where we get real interested. Direct-to-consumer brands are rising, and they're bringing the heat with their own high-quality bags and accessories, all without the inflated price tags. TikTok influencers have exposed how you can get the same bags made in the same factories for a fraction of the cost. These direct-to-consumer luxury options are gaining serious traction, and I can definitely see why. The products look just as good as the luxury counterparts, but they don't come with the same crazy markup. One TikTok creator even suggested buying directly from the factories in China, as these factories make the exact same bags without the iconic logos, making it so much more affordable. But what's crazy about this is that it challenges the very foundation of luxury branding. If these high-end products are being produced in the same factories using similar materials and at the same quality levels, then what's really justifying this enormous markup? The answer, unfortunately, is just the brand name and the story it tells about luxury.
I destroy my new Louis Vuitton bag to understand the materials, the quality, and the labor involved, and here's what I found out. As the label states, the bag consists of main three materials: the coated fabric, canvas.
So is it all worth it? Let's circle back and talk about this ethical side of the whole situation. Is it really worth it to spend tens of thousands of dollars on a bag when the factory producing it might be making the same item for a fraction of the price? And more importantly, is it worth it to buy into the narratives that celebrities and influencers are peddling about the exclusivity of these bags? The thing is, luxury brands like Hermes and Louis Vuitton are able to control the narrative so well that they've been able to convince people that their items are worth the exorbitant prices. But with the rise of direct-to-consumer luxury brands and the revelation about these Chinese factories, consumers are now left wondering if their money could be better spent elsewhere. The ethical dilemma here is about transparency. So if brands like Hermes and Louis Vuitton are outsourcing production to countries where labor is cheaper, should they even be allowed to charge consumers the same amount they did when the bags were handcrafted in Europe? And how much of the cost is actually going to the workers versus the people that are profiting from the branding? So there you have it. The world of luxury fashion is far less glamorous than the shiny images we see on social media. And it looks like they're crumbling. Brands like Hermes and Louis Vuitton may be offering top-notch products, but the way they've been marketed and the price inflation involved might leave you thinking twice about your next purchase. As consumers become more aware of these realities behind the luxury brands, the future of the industry could look different. The question is, will Hermes, Louis Vuitton, and other luxury giants adapt to this new world of transparency, or will they continue to rely on the old marketing tricks that have kept their prices high? But if you found this deep dive insightful, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more inside info that cuts through the fluff. Stay tuned because we're just getting started.